I was telling Sly I woke up today terrified to come here. I was like, do I really want to do this?
Did you have some nightmares?
Am I ready to let go of this?
Yeah, so I'm just sectioning out the hair right now. We just finished washing it so that as it dries before you send it off to Wigs for Kids, it'll be nice and clean. And then the other thing it's gonna help with is that as we chop off all your hair, typically what happens is all this fresh hair that's just grown out of your scalp is no longer under the stress of all this weight. It'll just spring up and kind of do whatever it wants. So washing it, making sure it's nice and relaxed will help the cutting process as well, just so it's a little bit more true to the finished product, as opposed to, like I said, it just reacting to the fact that there's no more length, no more weight, all that stress on the strands of hair. So this will help me make the cutting process a lot smoother, and then yeah, like I said, we'll be able to see a truer result. I was looking for like a proper ruler or measuring tape, just to make sure. All right, so from tip, we got the 7-inch comb, 7. So we get about that close. We're gonna be in good shape. How's this feeling so far? You can already kind of see the shape of your hair. I didn't even ask if you were ready, bro.
Whew. There we go.
That is a lock of love. I suppose there's no going back at this point, so. Well, at the end of an era.
The beginning of another one.
How does your head feel right now?
It feels a lot lighter.
That is for sure. So we did the simple math on it. I've given you a handful of trims over the last couple of years. Let's say that I've taken off maybe like 4 inches, maybe more at that point. I chopped off a good 14 inches, 13 minimum. So think about that. That's a couple of years worth of
It's probably like
growth.
2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Do you know on average how many inches hair grows in a year for folks?
I know exactly how many. It's 1/2 inch per month.
1/2 inch per month.
So 12 divided by 0.5, right? So you've grown about 6 inches. So like I said, that was well over 2 years of solid growth that we've enjoyed together, because you started growing and you already had some length. You also got some waves to your head, so any of that length gets hidden in those waves. So you probably had, good 20 inches of hair over that period of time. So I'm actually really liking the way this wave is coming out right now, and this length.
I was gonna say that's something about too short of hair that you can't see any of the waviness in it. So
yeah,
it'd be nice
I'm really enjoying that.
keep
so
some
what
of
I think
that
I'm
on
gonna
there.
do is we'll finesse this length up here, make sure it's nice and tucked in, give you a nice little silhouette, and then the bottom, I'm gonna go a little bit shorter. Starting to get hot. I'm not gonna get too aggressive. We're not gonna go crazy buzz cut, but definitely gonna tighten this up significantly.
Let's do it.
Now we should start the timer and see how long you take to come back in, because your haircuts before were taking you being here every 6 months.
Yeah.
I get to see you a lot more frequently. Get some of those tacos, some paprika.
I don't think we're meant to be together. Every time I'm at the shop, you're here in this shop.
Hey, we work hard, man. Aside from, or what is it, contrary to what Jesse says, we work hard. So, feel pretty good about the top length. A little bit of this wave that'll start to set in once we style it. Now we'll just bring in the sides. I got my 3 guard on there still. I feel like that's going to be a pretty decent length, right up to that ridge where the long hair meets the short. And we'll just kind of finesse it down. Now I'm noticing that like you have the hair that as you get shorter, it starts to disappear really quickly. So I'm glad I grabbed a longer guard. I don't want to give you a skin fade or anything like that.
Is that because of how thin it is, or?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have, 14 inches of hair, it's gonna look super dense, super thick. But as we get it down to the actual pattern of, hair follicles on your skin, you can see that that it starts to disappear. So a longer guard can actually look more aggressive, which is fine. So like I said, I'm glad that I grabbed a 3, opened it up to 3.5, and then like I said, we'll just finesse the bottom portion down to a nice taper.
Yeah.
But I want to do this. I want to do this in phases. I don't want to scalp you so fast that it's traumatic. But this is quite the difference, man. It's from 2 years of growing to just a nice classic cut. It should be pretty versatile too. It's gonna be short enough that you can still have some fun with it without too much effort in styling. I know you play a lot of soccer.
Yes.
So this will be something that, as it gets tussled around, like you can just kind of like push it back and it should still stay nice and tidy. That's a big plus for me as far as like the versatility of a haircut.
Yes. That is something I appreciate about you though over the years. You kind of take it knowing that folks are going to be back in your chair. You can kind of help work toward a cut that maybe someone is looking for, or come back down from a cut without having to be too drastic.
Absolutely, man. It's hair. It's literally it's art that is constantly changing. It's like an art piece that's disintegrating art. What did he call it?
Regenerative.
It sounds too woke.
Yeah. Modern art.
So when we saw you for a beard trim, when we decided that we were gonna chop it all off, and said like, yo, let's get this on film, and we're just gonna take those sideburns and the lowest part of your haircut down to what has grown out since the last time. So just kind of a blend from beard to sideburn to haircut.
But no, I've never had long hair before this, so it's definitely not something.
It kind of happened by accident, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
You just
started with a little lettuce, and then
little lettuce, yes.
turned into a salad.
So now we're just tossing that salad, and just get.
What were some of your frustrations with your hair in your profession?
Because I work in a kitchen, there are just and we really prioritize using whole animal fats. So there's a lot of moisture in the air, a lot of fats, a lot of oils. So it would kind of at the end of a work day, I would come home and wearing a hat all day, I could feel it at the same time, kind of being crushed all day, but then also like, I don't know, it seemed like my scalp would go haywire, not knowing what to do. Like, do I need to hydrate? And so it became, I think, a lot of work knowing whether to moisturize, when to moisturize, It's like,
our product that we're gonna send you home with today is like gentle enough that you can use it every single day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of products out there that, we use typically, we've said for years that maybe you co-wash.
yeah.
And that's true for a lot of guys who were just overwashing their hair and not following up with moisture. So these days, I think we've reached out to enough people to teach them better habits of washing that you can get away with washing your hair every day.
Yeah.
But I think the key factor is you gotta reintroduce that moisture, that love, and that's where our softener comes in. So you want to make sure that you wash your hair, especially since you do have a job that requires so much like physical effort, right? You're sweating, it's under a cap, you're trying to run and gun, that your hair is getting pretty beat up, that washing it with a gentle cleanser like our wash is going to be perfectly acceptable. And then just throwing a little love. I throw some beard oil in my hair as well, since it's so curly that I want those curls to be nice and voluminous and not just wiry and coarse. So that also gives the hair a lot of love and moisture. But yeah, at this point that you're trying to get that balance back in it, but at the same time still in a rough environment, go ahead and just hit it with that wash every day.
Yep.
Follow it up with a softener, and I think you'll be good to go.
Are you using the same utility conditioner, or do you like to use the same one for your beard and your hair?
So I've come around to the fragrance Temple Smoke, man.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of it at the beginning because I, just like most people, want something like a bold fragrance, something that really you can smell as soon as you walk into the room. As I've gotten older, as I spend so much such in close proximity with people, Temple Smoke is nice and mellow. You're very unique on everyone's skin that I feel good about using in my hair and on my face because it's right there in my face.
Yeah.
So it's nice and mellow. And then I use one of my favorite products is our utility bar.
Yep.
Like I don't think I would have ever guessed that I would have been a bar soap guy. I'm a kid from the '80s, and that was like the one option. And
The
back in the
blue
day,
bar.
Dial and Irish Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like you would wash yourself and your skin was like tight and it just like everything felt dry and gross.
You could smell it before you opened up the box, the little
Yeah,
cardboard
man.
box.
Yeah, man, it was intense. And now that we have products that are gentle and moisturizing and like, at the same time just as cleansing, yeah, if you went home with our utility bar, which is a great product that you can use on the run too. Like if you're in a hotel and you can't take your big jug of our wash, you take that utility bar, it's just as good.
Yep.
And I use it from head to toe, man. So I'm using our wash on my head, on my face. It's essentially beard wash, which is our best product anyway.
Yep.
Nice and rich. And then I followed up with our softener. Use our utility bar on the rest of my body, just because I prefer it.
Yep.
And then when I get out, a little bit of our oil, and I'm good to go, man. I have such short hair right now because of jujitsu, and
Because of what?
because of jujitsu, my jujitsu dojo. With shout out to the boys at Val, boys and girls at Val. But yeah, it's head to toe and followed up with our softener and our beard oil.
I'm fully immersed in the ecosystem. That's been kind of my setup, but I've been using Tree Ranger, I think, the last
That's
2 years.
Yeah, it's a great fragrance. It's nice and bright, fresh. So,
But I'm almost out of the bottles that I have right now, and I was thinking with a big cut, I think I'm gonna try out Temple Smoke.
yeah, it won't compete with the stuff that you're in and around already. Because that's kind of a bummer when you have like a fragrance that just gets beaten out by everything around you anyway. So Temple Smoke will blend in nicely with your environment. You're always around like nice herbs and spices, and then literal smoke. So
Yeah.
it'll help complement your world as opposed to like combat it the entire time. And that way you can feel good that you're at least you're fighting the good fight when it comes to just smelling like your world, man. Literally smelling like paprika.
Folks are into it. I always, just like with you, I always give folks a heads up, like, hey, I'm coming straight from the truck. I smell like tacos today, and
It's like you guys and the Subway kids making fresh bread and tacos, dude. That's like you're not offending anybody. This is a good example of hair kind of reacting favorably. He's already in. We haven't even put any product in it. We washed it, kind of just combed through it, and it already looks like it's been styled, and that's excellent. It's like I said, he's already got tough hair texture to cut. So just finessing it, making sure that there's enough for him to work with. We can totally get shorter on the next few. What else we got going on? But this is a bad example of a hair that's not reacting well is just like major bedhead. If the hair was sprouting out in every direction, fighting for its dear life, that's when the hair has just been traumatized to a point where it will not do anything, bend to your will. So this is looking good. Man, you're ready for a promotion, man.
Fingers crossed. I'll talk to the boss.
Yeah, if that's the case, never mind. I'll take it all back.
We got a game tonight, so it'll be cool to see all the homies, and they'll be like, "Who the f are you?"
Why is he wearing Mago's jersey?
Yeah.
He still doesn't score any goals either. Man, the camera's not gonna find you. So Mago is one of Austin FC's spirit animals out in on the Los Verdes supporters section, and you can always find him without a shirt, with his hair, his long hair. And this time around, it's gonna be a few more seconds before they spot you. This is gonna be a proper before and after.
We're gonna find out real quickly today if it's a good cut or.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I was just saying who your friends are. Because like, who is that? Oh, what's up, bro?
I think there's a little dry piece right here. Just
Was that again?
there you go.
Yeah. I didn't even hear what you said, but I saw it too.
Just for the final spin.
No, for sure.
Is that scalp, like dry skin or dandruff or?
It's a mixture of probably dry skin, but mostly dandruff, because they're pretty big flakes, and that's because you had so much hair suffocating your scalp. You wear hats and all the things to cover it, so you don't contaminate the food. Like you said, your scalp gets shocked into producing too much sebum, and then it just kind of festers there, so it becomes dandruff. And you can do that now that you've got shorter hair. You really be able to cleanse down to the scalp, keep some oxygen flowing over the hair. You're going to be able to feel a lot better about the health of your scalp as well. Not severe, but it's definitely there.
Of all the things you guys could be doing, you decided to watch this video all the way through. I just want to let you know, I deeply appreciate it. Thank you.